Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed your week off of classes. I wanted to spend some time discussing week one for Social Work 639. This week you will be doing a lot of reading regarding crisis intervention and critical incident stress management. Critical incident stress management is actually something I am trained in and I do regularly at my full-time job. As you read, you will see that this is something that can be provided on a small scale as well as a large scale. Being that I am employed by a hospital, this is something that I provide to hospital staff and first responders, and it can be a great way to prevent vicarious trauma, burnout, and compassion fatigue. On the large scale, such as in the event of large disasters, it can be something that can actually prevent the development of PTSD. You'll see through the reading that these are short-term approaches and they are very different than typical therapeutic approaches. It is almost as if you have to take off your therapist hat and put on your crisis management hat. You need to focus more in the moment, focus on expression of emotions in the moment and coping strategies rather than any kind of analytical approaches. So it is a little bit different. And it's very, very skills based. And some of the approaches can be very like they have a routine. There's a format for how you do them, and people can actually do critical incident stress management, for instance, even if they don't have a degree. They just can go to the training and be able to provide it. So here you will see we have your required readings. You are required to read all of them, as each one will give you a different lens into crisis management world. In addition, you will have 2 videos to watch this week. So moving on to the discussions, you will have 2 this week. The first discussion is not on readings, but will be regarding your development as a social worker. That's the one I have pulled up here. It'll be a great way to kick off the course, as it will prompt you to think about your strengths as well as areas that you would like to continue to grow. It will also provide me with a better idea of topics to place more focus on as the weeks progress. Please read through the directions for the discussion and make sure you are answering all of the questions. The first part will be regarding strengths and challenges. The second part is regarding how you have been able to apply theory to practice. So with the second question, I would like to even hear some specific examples of how you have used theory within your work. And then you'll need to respond to one classmate and just report your reactions to the post, rather it be relating to them, providing affirmations, or giving any kind of feedback. So moving on to the second discussion for the week, you will be required to read one of these case scenarios and outline interventions you would use with them. Please remember to focus on interventions that we're learning from the articles and videos this week, as they are all crisis scenarios. And I'd like you to place the most focus on the things that you learned from the week so that you can apply what you read into these scenarios. You have these bullet points here to guide you with your initial post. Make sure you answer all of the questions just to give you some guidance in terms of what are resources that you could use. You might mention things like referrals for individual or group therapy, medical referrals if needed, support agencies, etc. And then for your response posts, you will then respond to only one classmate, but make sure to respond to a classmate who had a different case scenario than you. Within the response post, please provide feedback and make sure you provide at least one suggestion of other methods or skills that could potentially be applied with that case. This is important to note just because most of the response posts that you've done in the past probably haven't had a lot of specific requirements, but this one does. Okay. So then, as usual, make sure to provide citations in APA format. Initial posts are due on Thursday at 11:59 p.m. and response posts are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. If there are any questions regarding the content for this week or any additional concerns, please reach out by messaging me in Canvas. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, and I hope you enjoy the content this week.